Hey viewers, welcome to another game of eXeprOxy Gamer. Today we are doing another StarCraft 2 game. This time between mouzCCMorrow, as the Terran in the bottom left, and well, the red Terran, I guess. And what's your name? eXeprOxy? Okay, eXeprOxy. As the Terran in the right, on the right side of the map, as our blue Terran. So I'm probably going to call them red and blue because that is way simpler than actually remembering their names. So yeah, we are going for, of course, the standard opening with some SCVs and some supply depots. And well, the difference is supply depot at the base and supply depot at the ramp. Obviously at the ramp is a little bit safer, but this is economically better because your SCV only has to travel this little distance to create this supply depot, and then this distance back, instead of having to go all the way from here to here and then all the way back. Obviously he's going to finish that wall off, but I'm going to guess, yeah, the same thing is happening on the other side where the barracks is going down. So we're going to have to see whether this actually results in a little bit better economy. He is a little bit ahead on that SCV production, but that is not going to matter at all. I mean, that gives you like 5 extra minerals maybe. If that, because it really doesn't matter. And in the end, it is all about the positioning of armies, because if you mess that up once, you're going to lose way more units than the other guy, and that is normally how this game goes. So this is a 4-player map, and we see the scout going out the wrong way. So he is not going to scout his opponent for quite a long time. And let's see if this guy actually is going the right way. No, he's also going the wrong way. So both of them going to scout all the way around the map before they find each other. And yeah, the expansion going down against no expansion for this guy. The blue player is saving up some money though. I'm not sure for what. Is he really that far behind? No, he can't be that far behind. Anyway, there's one marine out on the other side. Well, it's 1 versus 2 marines. The second marine is coming up for blue. So I'm pretty sure that will be equal. Oh no, that's a third marine for red. Okay, so really keeps producing those marines. And he does have that command center up. So what does this guy have then? He has a second command center building, but that is not the difference. I don't know. Oh, he went for this. No, that's up here as well. I don't know. Seems that he's a little bit behind on those units. But okay, he is 150 minerals ahead. Okay. So that may actually become something. So 2 barracks going down over here, and I'm pretty sure here we're going to see some barracks as well, because he's saving up quite a lot. Actually a factory. Wow. Sneezing like a boss. Anyway, factory coming up. He has a few marines to defend. The enemy has a few marines to defend as well. And those marines are going to move out right now. The command center is a little bit behind on the enemy command center. I'm not really sure how this worked. So why this guy is so far behind? I guess it's because he's not spending his resources. These are really good players, by the way. So at least this guy is, and this is a tournament game. This is from the HP Trophy number 2. And yeah, I'm not really sure how it can be that someone at this level doesn't really spend his resources. Because, well, we will see that unspent resources, no. Oh, hang on, we can do it like this. Spending. Yeah, we see that he's already 200 minerals behind on the spending. And that's because those minerals have been stacked up in his bank. And yeah, normally people say, yeah, that's not going to make a difference, because even if you don't spend them, you still have them. No, that's not the case, because this is really a game where you produce more things that give you higher income. And so your income is used to get a higher income, and so every time you spend more, you basically get a higher income. That of course doesn't go for those units, but in general it is the case that the more you spend, the better your the better your income becomes. And that is not just because of the SCV production. It also has to do with orbital commands, or command centers, sorry. And of course, well, just plain units. If you have a lot of attack units, then you can do a whole lot of harassment, but also defend your bases better. And so you can expand earlier and such. Plus you can actually spend your resources to create a bigger army, and we have 2 attacks coming in, one at the top which is going to do a whole lot of good. I didn't see the Marines there, but the Marines actually doing quite nicely, so the enemy Marines that is, and they are now over here. Wow, lots of Marines out for our red player. 4 workers killed. Yeah, I expected that to be more, because I didn't see those Marines there. Well, the Marines that actually were there. But yeah, I did hear them, but I kind of assumed those were the Marines on the other side. Anyway, yeah, so the drop gets picked off. He did snipe down the medevac first, and then went for the Marines. That's why he lost 3 SCVs, but he did get to pick up the entire group of Marines, and that is the big difference. If he went for those Marines first, they would have just been picked up and ran away, and he still would have lost like 1 or 2 SCVs. So anyway, the Marines versus the Hellions, that is normally not a fair fight, but in these kind of numbers, the Marines can do pretty well, and especially because there's no blue flame upgrade, which is the pre-igniter. Because yeah, well, here you can see it. He can snipe a couple of Marines, but then he kind of loses some of the SCV health, and especially the low ones. Yeah, they get sniped pretty easily by a big group of Marines. So they are going to move in. Wow, a nice tank shot there. And actually the tank taking out those Marines pretty easily. But there are still a lot of Marines left, and they are going to pick off whatever comes near them. Yeah. Yeah. Just defending for the moment, the blue player. And here he goes in. But yeah, the block here by the minerals is really strong, and he really needs to, yeah, he needs to have those long-range units like the Hellions to deal the damage. And let's see, I think he made that work. 10 more workers killed now for him, and he did lose his entire army there. But it's just Marines. Marines are kind of expendable. They can be produced really quickly with these reactors. And yeah, going for tanks now with more tanks. Yeah, some medevacs, some Marines, and no Marauders yet. Okay. So the Marauders not really necessary, because the only thing they deal extra damage to is the tanks. So yeah, it's not a big deal. Plus they can't shoot air, so it's not really a good deal. There is a command center floating in. And oh, he can snipe that from here. So the defense will have to be, yeah, either here or here. And you can actually defend it over here, because the opponent is, well, right here on this side. So we are going to get a third base against a third base, and this time the red player takes the advantage because of that early push, or that early victory in that team fight. Well, not team fight, fight! Just fight! This is not League of Legends, there is no team! There's only I. So yeah, of course he's going to grab those rocks. So as I said, the defense will have to go down over here to defend this. But the Hellions and tanks should be able to hold this off for a little bit at least. But he needs Marines to deal with those medevacs, because those medevacs are really starting to annoy him. blue flame upgrade for the Hellions, and the Hellions doing quite a lot of damage to those Marines. Oh, he's going for Vikings instead of Marines to deal with those medevacts, but the Vikings are not good against the Marines. So yeah, they can only snipe the medevacts when the Marines are gone, or the Marines aren't focusing them. But yeah, this is a really nice combination of troops for our blue player. He, if he can have good enough air force, he doesn't have to deal with those medevacts at all. And without the medevacts, the Marines are a lot weaker. And actually sees that that little bit of an army. It's not a great range. I mean, it is a pretty big range, but on this map, this is just such a huge map that you don't really see everything that's going on. You can't really see what you're getting into. By the way, for those of you who don't know, the sensor tower only gives you blips of where units are, not what units they are, so you can't actually see them. I don't know if I can show you. I think I can. So yeah, we have the drop coming in over here, but yeah, let's see the other cam once this this is done. And yeah, the one Marauder now against those Hellions, and yeah, he's really expending way too much APM on that. Here you can see it. So you can see the blips, but not what they are. Anyway, yeah, everyone just upgrading weapons for the vehicles and armor for the vehicles. It's yeah, it's going to be a mech versus mech battle, which is excellent because we haven't seen that in a while. And most of the time it's just Marines versus Marines, and that is not nearly as much fun as vehicles versus vehicles. So tanks, Hellions, I don't know, Thors, things like that. They just make for much more entertainment. Wow, a huge amount of tanks over here, and he didn't clump them up, which is a big mistake that people tend to make when they're in a hurry. Wow, look at those bases, man. Just bases coming up everywhere. Yeah, taking about, well, this is about half the map. But the other guy just still at 3 bases, and income-wise, we will see that advantage once he has enough, well, oh no, once he loses the mining in his main base and his natural. And here, as you can see, it's getting pretty low, so we're going to have that advantage. And of course, this is a huge contain. There is no way you can break out of this without losing a lot of stuff. But, well, with the Air Force, yeah, the Air Force is not good against ground troops. Well, it doesn't do anything against ground troops. So, yeah, here we see the clumping up. So both of these tanks get damaged because they're next to another tank that gets hit. We see that a lot, and this player, so the red player, really doesn't have that. It just has all kinds of well, spread here, so you can't really splash every tank with your tanks. And here we go, getting a tank, getting a second tank, and actually going to pick off this sensor tower. That is a big deal, because even though it doesn't help you with what units are there, it does allow you to see that there are units incoming. And is he going to snipe the medevacts? No, 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 it's not worth it. Of course, when other units are coming in. And Fusion Core coming up for our red player. He is going for, yeah, the offense there. Wow, one snipe without losing any health there. Very nicely done. Yeah, the Fusion Core coming up. And the Fusion Core means that we're going to see some battle cruisers. And is he going to do that? Oh no, he needs a tech lab on his starport, so we're going to have to wait for that. Yeah, lots of scans going off, but yeah, the red player has scans coming out of his ears, and also, well, just has a huge amount of gas income. Look at that, 1300 versus 600. That is just a huge advantage. Also has more well, more mineral income because he has more harvesters, and he can afford that because he has such a large income. And even if he loses this this army, he can just rebuild instantly with the amount of income he has. But yeah, well, they're saving up a lot of minerals now. So all of this can be translated back to that early game where the blue player really didn't spend enough of his resources, and that kind of spiraled out of control because it gave the red player a bigger army, and that bigger army is kind of what led to this contain, because the blue player now can't expand and the red player is expanding everywhere. He's even going to expand here? Really? Oh no, he's just going to run in with some SCVs. Okay. Just sacrificing some of the SCVs to get more troops out. And yeah, just look at this. This contain was too good. He couldn't make it work, and he knew that if he let it go on any longer, he already let it go on for pretty long, but he knew that he would never be able to win if he didn't move out. And yeah, the moment he moved out, he was completely decimated. There was nothing he could do basically, and mouzCCMorroW wins. So anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.